Hey folks, it's Jackie, the Hot Tub Lady, and welcome back to my channel. And I am super excited you're here. As always, make sure you give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button right over here. And you know what, guys? Today's topic is kind of an interesting one. I was trying to decide if I should do it or I should not do it. You know, honestly, today's topic is after the party, how do you clean up your hot tub? I'm going to be honest with you. We actually had a party this weekend and the hot tub got a lot of use. I seriously considered draining it, but I didn't. And we're going to get into big details and I'm going to just kind of go through what I actually did and how I'm going to help you clean up your hot tub after a big party, and just some do's and don'ts and some things to learn. So stay tuned. I will be right back. So hey guys, welcome back again. I'm super excited you're here, and just because I forgot to mention it earlier, I do put out new content every Wednesday. I'm here to help you guys become a happy hot tub owner, and that's what I do on this channel. Anyway, so you guys all know I have a hot tub. I sell hot tubs. I live the hot tub life. Sometimes it's not always peaches and cream. We had a party on Friday night. We had a few couples over. The neighbors came over and wanted to just sit in the hot tub. It was a perfect night. We put our patio furniture out, and I've got the best neighbors in the world. I really do. I have the greatest neighbors all the way around me. My whole block is just absolutely amazing. People like to hang out in our backyard, which is fantastic. Anyway, we had a few people who wanted to, the weather was perfect. A few people wanted to sit in the hot tub. Well, which was great. We were all in the hot tub. We had a great time. I'll show a little clip of just a tiny little bit of the fun that we had. But anyway, some of us have to go to bed and go to work the next day, which would be me. So at 10 o'clock that night, I actually went to bed. There was a total of 6 of us in the hot tub, and my hot tub gets used, and that's what it's for. A few people left around 11:30, and a couple people stayed till 2 in the morning. That is an extreme hot tub use. That is a lot of people in the hot tub for a really, really long time, there's nothing wrong with that. By all means, use your hot tub like that. But just know that you're going to have some cleanup afterward. One of the things so I got up the next morning before I went to work. I just wanted to go check the hot tub when I got up in the morning. And it was about the shape I thought it was going to be in. So the first thing I did was I tested the water. At that point, I have a saltwater tub. At that point, my chlorine was bottomed out, my alkalinity was bottomed out, and my pH was bottomed out. And it was a mess. I mean, it truly was. First thing I did was I shocked the hot tub, and I only had about 15 minutes at this point because I had to get to work. Water level was a little bit low. Anyway, I shocked the hot tub. I left the cover up. I went and showered, and I got ready for work. I closed the hot tub. I went to work that day. Had a great day at work. It was awesome. Came home that night, and I went to work on the hot tub. The first thing I did, and it's the first thing you guys need to do, is I pulled the filters out and I washed them. They were nasty. They were bad. My hot tub's been used a lot this winter, and they were well overdue, and I will see if I can pull a picture of one just so you can kind of see it. I actually have the Triax filters, and it was actually caving in, so you know that it wasn't getting good circulation. So anyway, the first thing I did is I pulled out my filters and I cleaned that. I had shocked the hot tub earlier in the morning. I still had no chlorine. A lot of people assume that their saltwater system is going to recover after something like that. That is probably the biggest mistake that you can make on your saltwater system, is it does take a little bit to recover from that. The easiest way for me to explain it is a saltwater hot tub really can only produce a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of chlorine in a 24-hour period, which is usually plenty and usually enough. When you have a negative chlorine balance, which I did because there was a lot of use in there, it needed some help. So anyway, I shocked it again that evening. I'll show a little video here of what it looked like after I shocked it, because when you're bubbling and foaming and doing everything that's happening in this video, that's really bad. That's a lot of stuff in the water, and we've got to get it out of there. So I shocked it again. I did test it right after I shocked it. I was at a 0 0.0 part per million of free chlorine. I put in 2 heaping capfuls of chlorine concentrate to help. I mean, we're talking the big heaping capfuls, the big 2-pound bottle. I'll show pictures so you guys understand, but I did 2 heaping capfuls. I tested it again right after, let's say 5 minutes later, still no chlorine. So that's how much stuff is in that water, and it's consuming the chlorine that I'm putting in there. So I put another 2 heaping capfuls in there. At this point, there's no filters in the tub, but I'm trying to just get the chlorine level up. That still didn't work. I waited about a half hour, and I put in 2 more heaping capfuls. At that point, I'm getting a very small chlorine reading. So I did shock it one more time. The bubbles are starting to go down. This whole time, the jets are running and everything's going, starting to show it's clearing up a little bit, starting to look a little better. By Sunday morning, so Saturday night we didn't use the hot tub at all. By Sunday morning we had put the filters back in the hot tub. That made all the difference in the world. Literally within a half hour it started cleaning up. We went to church, we came home, and it actually looked fantastic. I had added some alkalinity increaser, and I added some pH increaser just to get things balanced in. It's dialed in perfectly right now. In fact, I put just a tiny little bit too much pH increaser. I care. Everything is totally perfect. Let me pull that up for you right now. So it's still a little green, but that's because I put too much pH increaser in there. But I don't know if you guys can see that. But my pH is at 8.4. My temperature's at 1.8, and my salt is good, and my sanitizer is perfect at 6.78. In fact, it's just a tiny bit low. So it's actually telling me to put in some pH decreaser. I don't know if I can get that to focus in or not. So it's actually telling me to put in 4.4 ounces of pH minus, which I needed to do. And then, of course, it's really, really windy, so it's telling me to cover my hot tub. I don't even know if you guys can hear the wind in the background. If we go to the graph, just so you guys can kind of see what happened. So this here is my sanitizer. We'll let that focus in. You can see where the sanitizer was super low, was perfect, and then it bottomed out. That was after the party, and then it took about, oh gosh guys, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'll put a screenshot up there, but it was right where it was supposed to be. Then it bottomed completely out here after the party, and it took a lot of effort. I bet I put in a whole cup of chlorine and probably a half a cup of shock to get that where it needed to be, and now it's slowly coming down, and the salt system has caught up. There is no way in the world that salt system would have caught up on its own, and I would have ended up draining the hot tub and having to start over, which I'm probably still going to do here in a month or two anyway, just because my hot tub's had extreme use for many, many months. But sometimes you just need to know that after a big party or a large group of people are in your hot tub, you are going to have to help your salt system out just a tiny little bit. Salt systems are great. They're absolutely fantastic. Any hot tub, I don't care if I would have had a chlorine hot tub, I would have had a bromine hot tub, anything that I would have had to help it out of and recover from that. I mean, this is something that we do have with people quite a bit. Another one is when you have little kids in the hot tub. Reality is they get in there and they, it feels good, and they don't think to get out and not use the hot tub as a place to relieve themselves. It's a fact of life. I wish it wasn't, but it is. So those are all things that consume up your chlorine, and sometimes you have to help your chlorine get a little bit better, and sometimes that does require you to add a little bit more. It's very rare, doesn't happen very often. Just something, I was going through it myself, and I thought, you know what, you guys want to know this. This is realistic hot tub use. And I use my hot tub. I love my hot tub, and I want my neighbors to come over and use my hot tub whenever they want, and they know that. And so sometimes that requires a little bit of extra work on the back end. They're fantastic, and they are so worth it. And if you're going to have that many bodies in the hot tub for that long a period of time, I mean, we're talking from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. We had at least 3 people in that hot tub for 7 hours straight, with surges of six people in there. I mean, that's a long time for the hot tub. The hot tub needs some extra attention after that. So even if you have 4 or 5 people in the hot tub for a good hour and a half, it's probably going to need a little bit of extra chlorine just to help it along. You can always hit the boost button. That does help. Even then, it only produces about a teaspoon of chlorine, and sometimes that just isn't enough. I'll show a video here what my hot tub looks like now. I mean, it's Monday afternoon. Looks fantastic. I'll also put a screenshot on the iCare of where everything was. It's a fact of life. It's part of the deal, but sometimes it takes a little bit of help. There is some cleanup after a party, and just be aware of that going in, and don't assume that just what your everyday maintenance is going to handle the after party. If you have a big party, have the party, enjoy it, have fun, but just know you're going to have to do a little bit of work on the hot tub afterwards. Just like if you're going to have to clean up the house a little bit afterward. It just needs a little bit of attention. I know you guys are going to love it, and you guys, hey, I love you so very much here at the Hot Tub Lady. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit a subscribe, give me a comment, and I will see you next Wednesday.